Gypsy Rose is so manipulative. Not long ago, she publicly stated to Ryan how sorry she is for releasing information about him and she will never put anything else out there about him.
I put out personal information of yours that I knew that you didn't want out there. And it was wrong, and it was below the belt, and it was too far, and I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. Even if you give me many other jabs, I won't put out anything else about you. I'm not going to try to hurt you.
Well, that was a lie too. Hi beautiful people, happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. I know I am behind, way behind, with all Gypsy Rose's shenanigans, and she has been busy after a reality show wrapped up. She made this post. Thank you at Lifetime for sharing my life story with such honesty and care. I deeply appreciate the way you captured both the highs and the lows of the past year and a half with such truth and beauty. Through powerful snapshots in time, you've told a story that feels both deeply personal and universally human. I'm grateful for the respect, integrity, and thoughtfulness you brought to every frame. Then she also posted about where you can catch up on the show if you missed out. Then later in the day, TMZ came out with an article. Exclusive. Gypsy Rose Blanchard ex Ryan throws homophobic slur at Ken Urker in heated text exchange. TMZ has obtained eye-popping text messages between Ryan Anderson and Gypsy Rose Blanchard that show Ryan allegedly going off on Gypsy and using a homophobic slur to insult the father of her baby, Ken Urker. Check out the screenshot. Ryan appears to accuse the ex-convict of doxing his number, and he receives a response from Ken rather than Gypsy, which sets him off. I will leave a link to this entire article down in the description box. So this is what the text message says. Gypsy, why are you giving out my phone number? I have never done that to you. Why? Response, this is Ken. She didn't give your number. To which Ryan responds, BS. And then he uses the slur starting with an F. Let her talk. Oh yeah, you scared of that. Now you text for her? Punk. That's what I thought. Gypsy doxed my phone number. To which Ken responds, block. A little backstory. So Gypsy started leaking messages of Ryan to other people, including content creators, after the season finale of her show. And someone reached out to Ryan to let him know that Gypsy is doxing him, basically giving out his phone number and these text messages. I do know that BECCA Scoops went in depth explaining how Gypsy was sending certain people text messages of Ryan's. I will leave a link to her video down in the description box. She explains it perfectly. Now, what had me scratching my head is now, all of a sudden, she gives Ken her phone, basically handing him back his testicles to deal with Ryan texting her. Was she trying to prove to Ken that she is not going to hide anything from him after Ken found out, in my opinion, with the rest of the world that she was texting Ryan after she gave birth to Ken's child? How she was leading Ryan on and giving Ryan hope that he would see her and baby Aurora. For her to have leaked those messages to TMZ was just wrong. But how can anyone have expected anything different? Because now, at this point, she had to, in my opinion, beg Ken to take her back. And she was looking like the villain after the show had aired, whilst trying to convince people that by watching the show, they're going to see the real Ryan Anderson, when in reality, all we saw was the real Gypsy Rose. Do I think Ryan is homophobic? No. But also, we only see what's on social media and what is on the Lifetime show. I do believe that Ryan was upset, especially the fact that Gypsy passed the buck on to Ken when he texted her. She loves when these fools, I can't even call them men, because they're not men. Why are they fighting over her? What are they fighting for? It's not like there's a prize at the end. Gypsy is not a prize. She is a murderer. Once again, This proves that Gypsy cannot be true to herself or anyone else. She said that she would never put anything else out there about him. And there you go, she did it again. Once again hit below the belt. When is Ryan and anyone else that supports this monster Gypsy Rose going to realize that she hasn't changed? She is not going to change. Gypsy is all about Gypsy. Who knows if this is going to affect or has affected Ryan's teaching career? He hasn't come out and spoken about it. This is not something a school board will take lightly to. She didn't take a second to think about him and his career and how this, what she put out, could affect him. She just wanted him to be the villain and show people that he is the villain. And she did it in a very big way. And as for Ken, again, I don't even know why I'm saying this. He could have told her not to do it, knowing what has gone on between the three of them and knowing that Ryan is hurting and is holding on to ill feelings. But then again, Ken has no say, and the only thing he does probably say is how high when Gypsy tells him to jump. I do feel bad for Ryan for what Gypsy leaked to TMZ. He was definitely in a vulnerable state and an angry state, but he needs to accept the real Gypsy Rose and move on. This, in my opinion, is unforgivable. The next day, she announced that she started a new YouTube channel and that now her, Ken, and including baby Aurora, was going to be a vlogging family. It states, "Welcome to our family vlog. I'm Gypsy Rose Blanchard, mom to our beautiful daughter Aurora. Alongside my partner Ken, we are navigating the ups and downs of parenthood, love, and everyday life, all while living under the spotlight. With a TV show based on my life and constant media attention, we're here to share the real, unfiltered moments that make us who we are. From tender family milestones to tough conversations, our goal is to show what it's like being a normal family in a very unusual situation. Thanks for joining us on this journey. What bullshit. Normal family? Gypsy, you are far, absolutely the furthest from normal." Gypsy Rose made a conscious decision and wanted to be in the spotlight. Gypsy could have faded away and tried to live a normal life whilst getting continuous therapy, but she chose to thrust herself into the spotlight. She is addicted to the attention. Gypsy Rose is using her child that she said that she will never show on social media, but that is the only reason people actually watch Gypsy's shit. And the numbers on her social media actually validate that. So Gypsy can miss me with navigating the ups and downs all while living in the spotlight. Have you forgotten about this, Gypsy Rose?
Everything is changing diapers, feeding every 2 hours. Like, I don't have time to do TikTok for real. This is between a nap right now. And I'm not trying to be an influencer anymore. Tried it on, didn't fit for me, so no, I'm not gonna show her. No, I made a choice a long time ago that I wasn't gonna show her on social media. It's to respect her privacy. We're trying to keep her as private as we possibly can. I said a long time ago, I'm not gonna try to be a mommy influencer. I'm not gonna try and post about her. That's just I'm a new mom. I'm protective of her, and there's just a lot of creeps out there, so it's just the best for her to keep her out of it.
Nothing ages well when it comes to Gypsy Rose. As I said, she has just been posting random videos, and which I think quite a few of them have come back to bite in her ass, and she has deleted them. She also posted exciting new content only on YouTube. Click the link below to subscribe. Don't click the link. Do not support parents that exploit their children. Then she started posting how she's setting a goal for herself to get 15,000 YouTube subscribers. That number is weirdly random, so something just clicked, and I know how Gypsy despises some Morbid X and his channel. And I went and I looked at his sub counts and also to see what they have been discussing. And sure enough, Morbid X YouTube channel reached 15,000 subs, and he was discussing the signs Gypsy had all over her house, and it seems Gypsy is silently competing with some Morbid X, which is hilarious, but also makes so much sense because Ken loved being on his panel. And also, just from observation, one night Ken and Gypsy was live and Samorbid joined that live. If I find that live, I will actually show you guys. And when Ken knew and saw that Morbid was in his live, he started grinning from ear to ear. He became, and I'm talking about Ken, became so upbeat he couldn't hide it. Within this, if Gypsy is covering Aurora's face in her vlogs, she is still using her child for content and exploiting her. And what she did to Ryan by leaking that text message to TMZ is lower than below the belt. I believe that baby Aurora has been set up for failure. She has no one around her that has her best interest at heart or that will protect her. Again, just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. There's still so much to catch up on from last week in regard to Gypsy Rose's shenanigans. I will be back. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.